Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session for December 5th, 2022. If you're looking for more of this great content, man, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Drop y'all like down in the comments as well, man. Y'all know I love going through, seeing who y'all like in the comments. But if you're looking for my best bets, the bets that I'm placing tonight, as well as best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab, and it'll take you right to the best bets from the top handicappers in the world. Link to my $15 NBA Jam session plays in the description. That's my best bet in the NBA every night. We had a winner last night with the Sacramento Kings. Let's keep that momentum rolling forward. So $15, scoop that up. Link in the description. Also, follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J, man. That's where I can update y'all on any late injury news. There's some games tonight where there's definitely some significant injuries that we need to know about before we place our bets. So follow me on Twitter for that. Also, I can let y'all know if my mind changes due to any late information that we get coming out throughout the day in the NBA. And that's where I released the parlay of the day, man. I didn't release one over the weekend. It was a long weekend, man. Long weekend. But on a Monday, bounce back day, man, I got y'all. We're going to release a parlay of the day today. So follow me on Twitter for all those goodies, man. Let's make some money tonight. We got a decent-sized card. Let's smash it as we always do. And a few spots to attack, a few traps. Without further ado, though, man, let's go ahead and hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Los Angeles Clippers on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Clippers laying 3, total 217.5. I'm going to be honest, this is the first game on the board, man, but this is probably my least favorite game on tonight's card. The Clippers, in typical Clippers fashion, man, injury report not out. Kawhi Leonard questionable, Paul George questionable. So it's hard to really handicap this game, not knowing if they're going to play or not. I am going to lean towards the Hornets in just probably the smallest lean of the season, you guys. I promise. I do not like this game tonight. Small lean to the Hornets are the home team. The Clippers have been struggling here recently. They've been beaten handedly in their last two. Sacramento and Utah, two teams that y'all know I love betting on. But here in this one, we go look at Charlotte. They have been playing pretty well here recently. They've won 3 of their last 5. They beat Washington at home. They beat Minnesota at home. They beat Philadelphia at home. They lost to Boston on the road. They got beat pretty handedly, 140-105. And then they lost their last one at home to Milwaukee, 105-96. But no shame in those 2 losses. Those are 2 of the better 2 teams in the NBA, especially in the East. Here tonight, I think I'm going to lean Hornets, man. That's where I got to be, man. I'm going to lean Hornets, man, especially with no injury update on Kawhi and Paul George. Follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J. That's where I'll be able to update y'all on any information on those 2. Who knows with this Clippers team, man. That's why it's the smallest lean towards the Hornets. But they've been competitive. I think they can be competitive, especially if they don't play. If they do play, I'll probably still lean Hornets at the bigger number. But I'll have to look at it in depth more when I see that. But smallest lane to the Hornets in this one. Not my favorite game on tonight's card by far. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Milwaukee Bucks on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Milwaukee road favorites laying 9, total 225. For me in this one, there was really like only one way to go. Lay the points with the Bucks. Not my favorite game on the board tonight, but like, it's literally, for me, the only way to go. I couldn't get there with the Magic. The Magic have been awful. We've been off the Magic here recently. They're really technically on the do not bet list, but I just haven't put them there, but we haven't been betting them. We've really been fading them, to be honest. So I'll go ahead. We're going to go ahead and stamp it. The Magic are on the do not bet list currently, man. They've been terrible here recently, man. They've been handled in almost all of their last 5 matchups against Toronto, 121-108, against Cleveland, 107-96, Atlanta, 125-108, 109-102 against Brooklyn. That's the closest game they had in this span. And then Philly took them behind the shed, 133-103. And now you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, the best player in the world, coming into your building. Rested at that because he sat the last game against Charlotte. Only way for me to go is to take the best player in the world with one of the best teams in basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they can go in there in the Orlando and put a whooping on these boys. So I'll lay the points here with Milwaukee. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta laying 6, total 231.5. Now, y'all know typically when we see the Hawks at home, they're a bet-on situation. Y'all know I love taking the Hawks at home, man. Here tonight, though, I'm actually going to go the other way. I like the Thunder Buddies plus the points here in this one. And The Hawks, man, I saw some reports last night of there's some friction going on between Coach McMillan and franchise star Trae Young, man. They want Trae Young to kind of step up and be more of a franchise star. And they're saying kind of some immaturity, some things like that going on. I don't like reports like that, man. I know this Hawks team has been playing, I guess, kind of better recently. They had lost 3 in a row, but then they won back-to-back games here recently. They beat Orlando on the road, 125-108. They should do that. And they beat Denver at home, 117-109. We were on them in that one. I don't necessarily love this spot for them here tonight, though. And I know we're typically on them at home. We go look at what Oklahoma City has done. They're 10-13 on the season. They're trying to get back to 500. In their last one, man, on the road, they beat up on Minnesota. They beat them outright, 135-128. They beat San Antonio straight up at home, 119-111. They had dropped it to 2 previous road games before that. But I think they covered against New Orleans, 105-101. They lost pretty handedly, though, to the Rockets, 118-105. But they beat Chicago, 123-119 at home in overtime. OKC's playing some pretty good basketball right now, man, and I think they can keep it competitive with this Hawks team tonight, if not win it outright. Like I said, reports like that I don't necessarily like, especially like right here tonight. So give me the Thunder. I'll take them here. They're playing some pretty good basketball right now, and I think they can keep this one competitive. I know we typically take the Hawks at home. They're typically a bet-on situation. We're not going to take them every time at home, no, and I think this is a perfect spot and one of the times where we fade them at home. Give me the Thunder. Plus the points here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Boston Celtics on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Boston road favorites laying 1, total 227. If I'm going to be honest, I'm not overly in love with this spot for the Celtics, man, and I'm going to actually fade them here, and I'm going to take the Raptors on the money line. We know the Raptors play their better basketball at home. The Celtics are on a back-to-back after a hard-fought game yesterday against the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not in love with this spot for them. The Raptors are, like I said, they're home where they play their better basketball in front of that electric home crowd. They're starting to get back healthy, and I think this could be a huge win for the Raptors here tonight. Their last 3 home games, they done what you thought they would do. They beat up on Orlando on the 3rd of December, 121-108. And the last home game was against Cleveland. They beat them 100-88. And before that, they beat Dallas 105-100 at home. Like I said, I'm not overly in love with this spot for Boston off the back-to-back. On the road, facing a good Toronto team who plays their better basketball at home. I'm going to have to take the Raptors here. I'm going to take them on the money line. At this price, though, I wouldn't blame you if you just took the 1.5 or the 1. This line's all over the place right now at this early in the morning. Like, all the books have a different number. But regardless of how you do it, I'm on the Raptors. I think they win this one at home. So give me the Raptors here on the money line. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Philadelphia 76ers on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Philly laying 7, total 221. Let me check this injury report right quick. Only 7 is, nah, nobody really on there. Only the same people that have been on there. Springer, Harden, Niang, Tate on there for the Rockets. I'm going to grab my 7 here with the Rockets, man. Not my favorite play on the board, but I think it's the side to be on. Philadelphia, they've been struggling here recently, man. They dropped their last 2 to Memphis and Cleveland, both on the road. Both they were beat pretty handedly. Memphis beat them 117-109. Cleveland beat them 113-85. Before that, they had won 3 straight. But I will also say this, man. Philadelphia, this will be their, 5th road game in 6 games. So I know they're tired of being on the road. And because of that, I don't necessarily love this spot for them. I don't know if they're in blowout mode here tonight for this Rockets team. A Rockets team that has been playing a little better here recently than they did to begin the season. They've won 2 of their last 5. They're coming off of a long road trip. They just played 4 games on the road against Denver twice, Phoenix, and Golden State. They stole one of those games in there against Phoenix on the road, which was a good win for this team. Back at home here in this one, I think they could probably keep this one pretty competitive. I'm going to grab the 7 with the Rockets. Don't necessarily love this spot for the 76ers. Sixers should win this ball game. But I think this one could be kind of like the Phoenix game for this Rockets, where they just kind of catch this 76ers team sleepwalking a little bit. And I'm going to grab the 7 here with Houston here in this matchup. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Miami Heat on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies home favorites laying 2, total 226. Good game here, man. Good game alert. Grizzlies, we know they play their better basketball at home. So that's where I am going to lean Grizzlies in this one. I know Miami has been playing better basketball here recently. Let's go look at their schedule right quick. Miami has been playing really good basketball here recently. They're trying to turn around their season. They've won 4 of their last 5, 2 against Washington. They split against Boston, and they beat Atlanta. For me, though, in this one, this will be their 4th straight road game for this Miami Heat team. I know they're turning their season around. They have been playing better basketball, but I don't necessarily love this spot for them, especially coming off those 2 games against Boston. They got beat handedly in the first one, 134-121. The next one did go to overtime with Boston. They beat them 120-116. Now their 4th straight road game facing a Memphis Grizzlies team who plays their better basketball at home. I don't necessarily love the spot for Miami here in this one. Grizzlies, they've been okay here recently. They've won 3 of their last 5, beating up on Philly in their last one, 117-109. The home game before that, they played New Orleans. They beat them 132-111. So like I said, 3 and 5 in their last 5. They got some road losses in there to Minnesota, and they got a home loss in there to Sacramento. But I'm on Memphis here in this one. I think they're the better team, playing the better basketball right now. I know Miami has to look better, but in the totality of the season, they haven't been playing that well. And terrible spot, if you ask me, their 4th straight road game after coming off of a back-to-back against Celtics. I don't love this spot for them, so I'll lay the points with the Grizzlies here at home. I think they can get it done. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Phoenix Suns on the road facing the Dallas Mavericks in what is becoming actually one of my favorite rivalries in the NBA, man. We got the Mavs laying 3 as home favorites, total 221.5. This one was tough for me, man. Y'all know the Mavericks are on the do not bet list. But if I'm going to be 1,000% with y'all, they have an asterisk next to their name on the do not bet list because for some reason we continue to bet them even though they're there. And I think that asterisk comes into play again tonight. I know. But give me the Mavericks here at home, man. I'm going to lay the 3. Phoenix doesn't play their best basketball on the road, man. They just don't do it. We've seen these 2 teams play already once this season in a game where the Mavericks, I think this might have been like day 1 of the NBA, or day 2. The Mavs were up 40 on this Suns team at home. Suns walked them down, came back and got it. I know y'all remember the playoff series from last year where Dallas was the big underdog and put Phoenix out of the playoffs. I think tonight, back at home, the Mavs will repay the favor to this Suns team. I don't like betting the Suns team necessarily on the road. This will be one of their first true road tests in quite some time. They did beat Sacramento not too long ago on the road, and we like to bet Sacramento, but you know I don't think they're in this competition of these 2 teams. You know what I mean? These are 2 of the top echelon teams in the NBA. Even though the Mavericks are struggling right now, I still think they're top echelon, especially with Luka Doncic, who is right now is my leader for MVP. And I think we see a huge game from him tonight against his arch nemesis, Devin Booker. He hates this team, man. I think we see a huge showing. Also, stars will be in the building tonight. The Cowboys will be in the building, bringing Odell Beckham to this one. I think this one could be a massacre tonight as well. I think the Mavericks get down on this Suns team tonight in a stomp-down fashion. I love this game tonight. I know they're on the do not bet list, but we're going to lay the 3 with them here tonight. Give me the Mavericks here in this matchup. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Indiana Pacers on the road facing the Golden State Warriors. Golden State home favorites laying 10, total 233. Y'all know where we're going in this one, man. And if you ask me, it's really the only way to go. We're going to lay the 10 with Golden State, man. They play their best basketball at home. They've been dominant here at home all season. I think they only got 1 loss at home on the season. And they're one of their better cover teams at home as well. On the road is where Golden State has had all their problems. At home, they've looked like the defending champs, all of it. And I'm definitely not fading them here tonight, especially not for Indiana. Indiana has been struggling here recently, man, on this little road trip that they're on. They played the Blazers just last night, so they're on a back-to-back as well. They played the Blazers just last night. They lost 116-100. The game before that, they were on the road against the Utah Jazz. They lost that one 139-119. And the game before that, they were also on the road, and they got beat pretty handily against the Kings 137-114. The road game before that, they got beat pretty handily by the Clippers 114-100. No way I could get there with this Pacers team. They're really struggling on the road, getting beat handedly on the road. The Golden State Warriors play their best basketball at home, have been beating teams handedly at home. I got to lay the 10 here with Golden State. It's the only way to go for me here in this matchup. Like I said, they're starting to look like they're defending champs of late, of last season, like the Warriors were come accustomed to know. And definitely not fading them here in this one. So I'll let the team go and stay at home. And that's going to conclude tonight's NBA Jam session on December 5th, 2022, man. Thank y'all for watching. Do me a favor. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. And drop y'all like down in the comments as well. Y'all know I love going through, seeing y'all like in the comments. But if you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, as well as best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click the premium picks tab. It'll take you right to it. Link to my $15 NBA Jam session plays in the description. That's my best bet in the NBA every night. We had a winner last night with the Sacramento Kings. I absolutely love tonight's play as well, man. Scoop that up, $15. Let's make some money tonight in the NBA. Follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J. Parlay of the day, I will drop one today. Long weekend. I'm sorry I didn't drop one over the weekend, but bounce back tonight on a Monday. I got a parlay for y'all. Also, I can update y'all on any late injury news, especially like that Clippers game where Kawhi and Paul George are out. So I can update y'all on late injury news. And if my mind changes due to any late injury news or guys in or out, just any late news that we get throughout the day, I can update y'all on if my opinion changes. As y'all know, this video comes out really early in the morning. So follow me on Twitter for that. Hey, let's make some money tonight, man. Let's make some money tonight, man. And talk to y'all tomorrow. It's been your boy, Jay Briggs. Holla at y'all on Twitter today. I'm out.